shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. The loyalty with the soul Savior. Hail this kind of glory. We the Amazonians, nation loyalty. With the soul Savior who granted us the freedom. And led us to the hero who found the land together. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Carrying a nation, going without and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you one nation and joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Hail this kind of glory. We the Amazonians, nation loyalty. With the Lord Savior who granted us the freedom. And led us to the hero who found the Lord together. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Carrying a nation, going without and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation and joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Hail this kind of glory. We the Amazonians, pledge our loyalty. With the Lord Savior who granted us the freedom. Let us to the heroes who found the Lord together. Glory to Father, we rise and never to fall. Carrying a nation, going without and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation and joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, making harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, making harmony. The children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. Okay, the last time, share. Let's play. Share. Hail this man of glory. We Amazonians, let the loyalty. Presence of the nations, granted us the freedom. Glory to Father, rising never to fall. The nations waving with the horn. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom. You shall live in plenty, live in harmony, harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom. You shall live in plenty, live in harmony, harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, the last time. Hail, 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 hail this land of glory. We Amazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise the song of Savior who granted us the freedom. Praise the song of heroes who conquered us with God. Lord's great army rising never to fall. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation tonight forevermore. Amazonian, land of freedom, is the plenty, milk in harmony, harmony, and the children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom. You shall live in plenty, milk in harmony, harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. I truly salute my country people then. Everybody where they watch me for Kwakwa no get internet. Anybody where they watch me from Biame, for Kitiwum, for Kitebuo, for Njavnyoe, for Njindom, for Ngonoko, play what they go school, for Bali, for CS Bali, for Tamfang. Anybody watch me ride for even handicraft quarter for Bali. If they watch me now for Akum, no problem at the choice alone. This one a general. General way come out from Benjamin quarter for our wing at the choice salute for every boy from Benjamin. And also choice salute for everybody way there for oversight for La Republique, for neighboring La Republique. Me, I be Wuna. That means say I don't put my life for Wuna. I don't see and say anything we concern Wuna, it must come first. So as I join this particular live video this morning, I'd encourage everybody, may everybody share. You share, and you share. When you share, you pass now the information. You need to keep the information to yourself. You share out the information. So basically, I want to start by congratulating everybody. We don't come a very, very long way. If I want to look for back, I see only road we don't cover around. I say no be road for turn back. No be road for turn back now because we don't see plenty things then we don't pass them for road. We don't stop for Mutengene for buy bread. We don't stop on Kenken for buy soya. We don't stop on Kenken for buy even human meat where they don't cut human being for making the soya. We not be no saying soya but they chop na human flesh. We don't chop all kinds of things for road as we go towards Boya and we would already cover a huge distance. As I want to talk, make us start also for Troy Salute for everybody where they for diaspora, particularly some very good man where he don't support this struggle, even for behind. And just recently, he say make it show his face for public and the good things the way don't do them. Just yesterday, he sent 500,000 500,000 francs CFA. We get to put them for Amber currency, 500,000 francs CFA.
na 2 francs. Una sabi say we have money small but it get value. La Republic the money is big but no get value. So if we send 500,000 francs CFA for people that were prison for Konengi yesterday, will be equivalent to 2 francs, 2 ambas. It be equivalent to only 2 ambas, 500,000 francs equivalent to 2 ambas. So since we get plenty money for 2 ambas, if we send 2 ambas, will be equivalent to 500,000 francs for people then for Konengi. He buy soap, he buy all kind of things, bag rice, he buy oil, he buy all kind of things. Say me again for these people where they suffer, that they suffer. Just last week, if we send 1 million francs CFA, 1 million francs it be equal to 4 amber. So if we send 1 million francs CFA, will be equivalent to 4 amber. Say me the hell of the people there for Boya, where they day for prison. Oish, this man a good man. He named na Dr. David in Makongo, where he be hell of these people. We don't put the picture, when I don't see people the way they congratulate ye for write letter from prison, they send them pen Terence, if you write letter, he send them. So this thing a very good move where they encourage everybody for diaspora. Because as we don't talk, it take 2 hands for tie bundle. Bundle, you know, go tie if we no pull 2 hands. Diaspora and groundwork, you know, will happen if we only talk, we need to translate them into our ground action. Diaspora and groundwork, you know, go work if we not discourage Mark, make Mark, you know, contribute for Sunday offerings. Mark Nana father, he want enter seminary, and because of that, he say 1 billion make it Sunday service. When I don't stop Sunday service, say maybe we make prayer now. How? Osh, these Ambazonians, very bad people. Make we encourage Mark Barata for open back that Sunday service. Sunday service must be effective. Mark Barata, if you hear me, tomorrow if I don't catch you for church, me and you will wear 1 for trouser. In general, it stand for your back. It tell you say you must. Now me I dare say you must. You must open Sunday service, make people they can't wear offer trade, so that make we see how we counteract this regime, this bad Ngomna. I don't want him to talk to himself. Ngomna Ibat. So as I don't talk Mark Barata, if you hear me, when I tell you, when I go tell Mark, say I don't general. When general talk, no man disobey general. For me, I go send bypass, maybe one Mark for place where he did also. So Mark, if you know here, this is my order, me I go send vipers for your back. So you must make a Sunday offerings tomorrow, because if we not notice till it don't happen this week, La Republique, it don't reshuffle your cabinet. And when La Republique they re-strategize, all una for Facebook, not only for she don't discourage people whether they make Sunday offerings. Now bad thing for make prayer again. Now bad thing for Mark for canceling, we give you thanks to the altar. And then you remember that your brother has something against you. Leave your gifts at the altar. We bring your gifts to the altar. Mark they make this Sunday service. We not like him. Even though we know say Mark they talk the jam, but Mark they talk, it is sing the song. All man they like to when Mark they do one. When I don't come up for back now, when I want can they call she say me stop Sunday office. Now balok when I they phone ahead. Maybe we not stop all this nonsense, because La Republique it pump money as we speak. Last week, La Republique it be beg money for World Bank for sponsor your military, and the World Bank it deny. La Republique they on a begging spree internationally for beg money. World Bank it deny, government it deny. We not get money now for side for sponsor ground action. Make una use una head, una open una senses. Just 2 days ago, internal communique for inside Ministry of Finance, if the state say, make every government member, where they work for government minister, may they contribute a certain amount of money where they go use them for fight Amazonia. That means the money will come out from their pockets. Now they don't come out from international begging to national begging, and they rally their own members, so they made a fund the ground action where they fight against Amazonia. This is an internal communique that was circulating in the Ministry of Finance, MINFI. It is circulate, and when they for here, instead for when they contribute to fight them, when they instead discourage them. This one a bad move, and general is not approval. And it talks so now because one, those groups the way that they exist, of course, they need funding. Bypass not the only group where they need to ask money for any person. You know, wherever hear say Bypass ask money for anybody. Those groups are Yabachoyi group, Akwanga, AK-47 Akwanga. This other one, which other one? They Ara, whether na Ara, na Amazonia Republican Army or na Arab. All those groups, they need money, and Mark, he be competent enough for raise the funds. Tapang, he don't raise funds to the tire. In fact, he named him a GoFundMe Tapong Ivo Tango. I don't tire for response. I say me na Mark it continue and Mark it will continue and he give my full support. When I sabi say spies them the day for Facebook. Not be everybody will can tell you say no response day for one and a lie. Spies the day for Facebook. Me I talk with experience because we nothing way funding fee 1 franc fee do for ground. So if I talk something, I talk with all sincerity. 1 franc if it do certain thing. I don't even tell you how much it use and save for even bond truck. Because me, I don't hear say people that they bond truck, but I never know. So I go investigate say, but how did they bond the truck? If we know the amount of money they use for bond only 1 truck, when I go say, wow, I can even sponsor 10 times. Yes, of course. Now only $100, 100 francs, $100 number 50,000. 50,000 for bond truck with the buyer for 300 million. 50,000 francs, $50,000, $100. And would therefore, yeah, how many people they watch me? 500 people they watch me. But yet, if all man multiply that 50 or $100, he could burn about 50 of those trucks the way they did Tiko timber, Tiko petrol. So make una donate. Oh, I even know one talk. I don't talk this struggle, it don't reach now for Mutengene. As we stand the struggle dinner for Mutengene, it wants to climb that he the brakes in no day and fire in no day. How will we put brakes and fire for this motor? We don't hang na for Mutengene hill. Una sabida here for Mutengene for enter my 16. How una fi get motor na we go push na only brake and accelerator no day. If motor go away, brake no day, it will come back, it will jam and all we will die. If motor one go away, brake day, accelerator no day, it no go climb for that hill. So how una fi contribute now for brake and accelerator make it climb up for that Mutengene hill? Now, Mark his Sunday service, it will help all that particular action. So, when I encourage Mark, make Mark roll out this Sunday service. Make it can sing, because like the way he is saying, the thing you follow me, make it can sing, and make we see how we bring our gifts to the altar. Because we remember, say our brothers have some things against us, then we'll keep them for altar, go solve that problem before we come back. So we bring a gift to the altar. And then we remember that your brother has something against you. Leave your gifts at the altar. So now the number one thing that I want to come for, encourage everybody, make the join the struggle full time. The one that general is the talker. And general, now man, we don't try for put it back or down. From all kinds sabotage to the rest. So that they take me go small claims court, they still fail big time after they don't invest all kind of lawyer and the rest. I don't even talk about that stupid fools. So that they go even forge my signature, self put them for consulting documents when a bad signature. All that will reveal them out. Some will put them out. This one is not even important because they want to make a distract the struggle so that make those unionists, because now a group of the unionists, made the unionists they continue what they are doing and then Ambazonians they fail. That will not work under Tapong Ivo. Tango. I want to congratulate everybody, in particular, when they don't be steadfast for this struggle because it's not easy. Because sometimes when you do write exam, they only fail, you get to get a certificate of perseverance to encourage you for still write and for pass. Since when the struggle will start from November 2016, plenty of people when they be there for the struggle, they don't drop out. New ones, they don't enter. And the one way they start, they don't continue till this point. It's not easy for continue. For sacrifice family, for sacrifice job, for sacrifice this, for sacrifice that, for continue in this struggle, you need to sleep, your eye don't read all, and you say no, you could see them say it work out for before. This is a youth-led revolution. When it does a youth-led revolution, now because old people, they don't distract we and they don't fail we, and we don't take the advantage, say no. We have to overturn the tides. The youths have to get back their destinies from those who have mortgaged it. The youths have to decide what they want to define as freedom. The youths have to decide what they want to define as a country of Amazonia. The youths have to define what they want to define as a government that will be the overarching authority over the heads. The youths have to design and define when it will be right for them to say, stop, enough is enough. This is the time. Last week, you might talk the one for yesterday, when a victory, Ngomna, it don't change the entire ministry. Pobia in Ngomna, one Ngomna for never, for oversight, it don't change ministry. Pobia in Ngomna, he say, this fight with this Amazonia, they don't put on, for the first time in nearly 60 years, more than half a century, more than More than half a century, for the first time in more than half a century, Paul Biya, he appoints what they call an Anglophone as the head of the Ministry of Decentralization Territorial Administration. It has never ever happened in history. The last person will be hold a particular position, either for prison, they call it Marafa Hamidou Yaya. They be appoint Marafa. Una remember, this is one of the most strategic positions where even the SDF and opposition parties, they don't say, may they appoint an Anglophone too as the Minister of Territorial Administration, and may they appoint an Anglophone as the Minister of Finance and some key strategic ministries, even defense. Paul Biya, he don't turn around for appoint an Anglophone on the head, as the head of that Ministry of Territorial Affairs and Decentralization. This is synonymous to the fact that when you see a toad running in the day, it means it is either pursuing something or something is pursuing it. When you see frog, he jump for daytime, will light the shine. No say either he follow something or something they follow you. When you want look and keenly, snake will follow that frog. And the snake will follow that frog from Mr. Biya for appoints a Tanganji, like head of territorial administration, na Ambazonia. Gosh, Ambazonia, land of freedom. Na Ambazonia, they don't make Biya for change in mind for the first time in more than half a century for appoint a Tanganji, like the head of territorial administration. So, because Ambazonia and the snake where they follow the toad, it means that toad to the run because it want to pursue something. So what does the toad want to pursue? That toad it want to pursue election 2018. Mr. Biya don't always be very, 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 very technical during periods of elections. Where he appoint Marafa, like man where he be bad for rigging. For Northern Cameroon, when I submit to Marafa, it be do for 2011. It changed the entire poll. Marafa be being another person where they be asking saying, why he be say they take so many days and so many weeks for the ballots for come up from diaspora come for Yaoundé made a counter. You be know Marafa reply, there are official procedures. They ask Marafa, say, okay, is the person who is coming with those ballots traveling by road, on foot, or by air? Marafa laugh, he no answer that question. So he and this man where they call and say Emmanuel Mbonde. That one, it be been for secondary, it been for how they call them, something affairs, public affairs or whatever. Now the two people that way they be held for rig election 2011, and now when they don't rig them, the Biya win, they go jail Marafa Hamidou Yaya for prison. Because if we get a presidential charisma and France, if it TP off like the next president of Cameroon. I still remember when I be there for that place where they count votes for Yaoundé. For that called Coup Supreme, they call it Coup Supreme. Where I stand that time in the work for CNN, and I will see how ministers they enter inside the hall. This one will enter, people they clap. This one they enter, people they clap. They clap normally. So, but when Marafa, if you want to enter for that particular Coup Supreme, because as I say, when that justice, if they read the elections, the votes, the results, all ministers are there for that hall. So we don't go there early, population every day, we see our ministers, they enter, people they clap, enter, people they clap. But I've been noticing when Marafa they enter your own, things then change. Everybody, he rise up, they call him a president. That particular action alone, I've been whispered for some of my friends, say this guy, he no go last long for power, they go jail him. 2 weeks later, he was jailed. And Marafa died for prison, where he held up Biya for rig election, I died for prison. I bring this one because when I don't see and say they don't appoint a Tanganji. A Tanganji be on his way to prison, and I think that will define him. But we go neutralize him before he go for prison because of the things that we don't talk about. Mr. Biya, he turned around for appoint the same person where he say there is no Anglophone problem. It is a very problematic appointment. Mr. Biya, he turned around for pick the same person where he say there is no Anglophone problem. It's standing ground. Till today, it still insists, say there is no Anglophone problem. Mr. Biya, he put down for strategic ministry, Ministry of Territorial Administration. A Tanganji, now somebody where you know get a first school living certificate, now person where you know get GCE, and a person where you know get advanced level certificate. A Tanganji, now person where you don't spend several years for Newberg prison for Douala, where they catch you because it be the scam, it be engaged in what we call advanced fee fraud. Fraud, high-level fraud scammer, that is the Atanganji we're talking about. The only certificates where Atanganji get them for your life, now 1, first school living certificate, and 2, marriage certificate. Those are the only certificates he has. The same Atanganji where he dropped out for Form 4, for secondary school because he know the past book. Now the same Atanganji where probably I don't take him for appoint him as minister. As Minister of Territorial Administration. Minister. Oh, I don't understand. For this country, I don't care una. For go school for this country, you invite bad luck for yourself. No go school. If you've been a Pekin, no go school. Engage in scamming. Scamming, they pay. See your mentors. Your mentors are Tanganji. Those are the people. What is their background history, scamming and the rest? So do the same thing. Those are your mentors. That is how the country teaches you to be. Your mentor should not be Tapong Ivo who has several master's degrees but doesn't have a job. It should not be this person who has a PhD but doesn't have a job. Your mentor should be someone who is a scammer, somebody who is a thief, somebody who went through Newberg prison and then he was still appointed a minister. That should be your mentor. Your mentor should not be someone like Bala who has gone in prison because of human rights, came out, and he's still lingering around and they cannot even appoint him to clean the judiciary system. Your mentor should be someone who is a thief, a hardcore thief and criminal. A Tanganji, that should be your mentor. You have to put them for your head. So every Pekin, start encourage your Pekin. Say me your Pekin being a scammer and thief person. Because now so you will take and grow for Cameroon. For Bia, you don't come out, you don't go appoint a Tanganji because elections come up. A Tanganji get a very good history of rigging elections and for manipulating the polls. At Tanganji, now the same person wait for 2011, Iwaka go post CPDM things there for Bamenda year 1. Now you take the hands over post them. So other MP parliamentarian, I don't forget whether now who says on SDF parliamentarian. If you wake up and say no, enough is enough, YSSF go pull down all the CPDM things the way at Tanganji can put them for Bamenda. He post them, YSSF carry your boys and go post them. That's SDF man, it take your hand, it go move them out, pull them out. Every poster for Pobia for campaign for election of Amanda, it pull everything down. That I don't forget that name for that MP. So person go remind me for that name for that MP. And an MP where he did for Bamenda, a very courageous MP. At Tanganji, a person where they not just appoint you for anything. Now a person where they know say no get book for head, but it gets scamming for head. That particular man, they already know say Ambazonia, it already start divide, and they want put a Tanganji for CC may they bring back the elections. Because if election no day 2018, that is when you shall have your independence of Ambazonia. If election it no happen completely for 2018, believe me, hold me on this, you shall have the independence of Ambazonia. Probably I don't see and say there is just no way. These guys on the social media have already crippled and demoralized the election, how they call it, fever. And so for that reason, let us see whether we can put up a criminal to match up with those terrorists in abroad. Because we will be a terrorist. So they also made they put up a Tanganji for match up with we. For see whether terrorists and terrorists, they feel really fight. They feel really do it. But a small boy, because we had a big plenty, and we too will not scam to go there for this kind of position. And we too will be now all kind of criminals, will get criminal records them. And now we so will not even get life again. So you know if they bring terrorists, they can catch senior terrorists. Because now we will know how to manipulate the system. So at this stage, I want to encourage everybody to be very vigilant. Number one, for me, I don't see and say even the Ministry of Territorial Administration and Decentralization is already weak because we don't already start arrest all of the SDOs and the DOs. So because we don't start arrest all DOs and SDOs, it means that the Ministry of Territorial Administration and Decentralization, where it be in charge of SDOs, DOs, and local governments, it already be weak and flaccid. So for BF for making strong, it divide the ministry into two: Ministry of Territorial Administration and Ministry of Decentralization. Ministry of Decentralization for match up with thing where it talk about 2017 for December. Said there will be effective decentralization. Well, we don't need decentralization. And even Mr. Biya, he knows say we don't need them. Now, why do we appoint Francophone maybe Minister of Decentralization? But we need to take out all the deals. So Mr. Biya now go appoint Atanganji for Minister of Territorial Administration. For territorial administration means that you govern all territories, especially for Anglophone, all deals that they are under you. When I remember last year, Mr. Biya, he changed deals. Then we would already signal, say was to arrest all deals. Mr. Biya, he quickly go change the deals. He changed the deals because they already sent our presidency, say, Tapong don't start produce videos, send me the cash deals. Tapong don't start produce videos, send me the cash deals. It will be terrible on our side if we don't appoint those Anglophones to catch themselves. So now you and Mr. Biya, for the first time in more than half a century, he go change the entire deal system. He put not only Anglophones as deals and SDOs in our own land. So that if Nassau wants to arrest people, then will they arrest our own brothers? But we don't care because justice is blind. When justice is not blind, it is not justice anymore. We don't care. We look at every enemy as an enemy. We don't care whether you're an Anglophone or Francophone. So Mr. Biya, he go now, he put that strategy, but the strategy no work. That way they start arrest DOs and SDOs. We don't start send signals. Same way they also take up taxation workers and labor officers. Mr. Biya, he don't sit down for emergency meeting last week. He said, no. The best thing we have to do now is to change the Minister of Territorial Administration and decentralize that particular and break up that ministry into two. So now you will come up with that cabinet reshuffle. The purpose of that cabinet reshuffle is not the other ministers that they have put. It is that Ministry of Territorial Administration. That is the focus. That is where they divided it. That is where they divided the ministry. Cameroon first get budget for start recruiting new people, appoint new secretary generals and the rest for run a new ministry. At this point, it is even useless and baseless to divide a ministry when you don't even get a budget. At this point, it is baseless. When we're talking of merging ministries, Mr. Biya keeps dividing ministries. For example, Ministry of Basic Education, Secondary Education, Higher Education. That was supposed to be under one ministry, Ministry of Education, full stop. Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Information. That was supposed to be under one ministry, Ministry of Information. Ministry of Public Works, you have to divorce public affairs, public contracts. You have to dissolve that Ministry of Public Contracts because that's a crooked ministry where they receive contracts of Cameroon. But yet, Mr. Biya engages in dividing the ministries, keeps dividing and dividing because he knows the dubiosity of what he wants to do. So now, at this stage of the struggle, Atanganji don't come in now to be the fitter, or be the panabita, for be the person where he will disrupt the Anglophone crisis. But he is too small because one, we already painted and dented his image. Number two, his knowledge is very weak. He is very wanting in knowledge. He has no O levels and advanced level, meaning any person can manipulate him. Number three, he has been banned in Anglophone Cameroon and he will be killed if he passes in Anglophone Cameroon by the Anglophones. He will be eliminated, I fear, for his life. And number three, he lacks competent authority to speak on behalf of Anglophones or to even pass orders to Anglophones. And at this stage, when they don't start eliminate all the SDOs, the GOs, and even the social affairs workers, when Sabida Power they catch them for arrest them, when they don't start target all of them, there is just nothing Mr. Biya can do than to appoint an Anglophone to see how he can strategize. Because the Francophones claim, according to an internal release that was circulating in the Ministry of Defense, the Francophones claim that one, they don't master the terrain. Two, they are ill-equipped. Three, they don't know how to manipulate inside bushes, for worker inside bushes and all of that. And number four, say they are lowly paid. Say even the Geos and the, how they call them, the Geos and the military men are lowly paid. There was an internal communication circulating, and even General Osmanu, where he come up on Northern Cameroon, is a general. General Osmanu, if you write a communique with the circulate for Ministry of Defense, General Osmanu is a Juris Doctor, person where he get law degree, doctorate in law degree. He write a communique, he states saying, He is resigning and he will not be part of anything to fight Anglophones because he knows that this crisis is going into a conflict phase and that there will be a point where even generals will be held accountable for the deaths on the field. And he doesn't want to be part of it. And he himself, who promotes human rights, doesn't see it logical that we should kill our own brothers and sisters, Anglophones. He was very categorical. His letter is circulating everywhere on the social media. Go and read General Usmanu's letter to Mr. Paul Biya. And for that reason, remember, Mr. Biya 2 weeks ago reshuffled the military. Then now he is reshuffling the ministers. There is something big to happen. And remember, that will start once say March, the month of rainy season, March. The month of rainy season, March. Mr. Biya is already preparing because he knows the outcome of it. Some of us, when we talk something, make una look am, because March, it will be a very decisive moment. The period of March, that rainy season for March, it will be very decisive. That is the period where we can get complete independence, or that is a period where we will fail completely. Believe me, when I talk someone donate money for Mark, if Mark raise, when I just give, Tapong Ivo, right? I don't know whether it's all right. I don't talk this thing, I don't tire. I go still talk and I go tire. The month of March is a very strategic month. That particular March where rainy season become January, February, March, April, May, June, the heart of that rainy season. This is when we must be very critical, very decisive, and very logical in the way we fight on the ground. When you look at the map of Cameroon, you see Anglophone, you see Francophone. It is very simple to divide it. Now just to cut that off, now all that. That is how you get independence, just to cut it off. Ashidon, you know the Picot line, that condominium for 1914. That is how Cameroon was divided. 1914, 2 people, the Picot line, they sat from and were drinking coffee in UK, in London. And they took the map of Cameroon and divided the map of Cameroon. The Picot line, now they call it, that's what they call the Picot line. They divided Cameroon. They divide just from the UK, from London. So me too, at the Shidon from US, I don't see if I divide Cameroon. I want to separate Cameroon between La Republique and Ambazonia. And I've already done it. So this thing what I talk about, because I want to tell you, say it is already, oh my God. I'm going to start paying ticket now for land for Tiko Airport. By the end of this year, everybody will land for Tiko Airport because we already win. Oh. If we not follow thing what they talk about, we go year 12. If we not follow thing what they talk about, we go year 12. If not me, we now so I start gather money for pay directly for go land for Tiko and Bamenda Airport because we have already won. This is the last kick of a dying horse to appoint Atanganji as the Minister of Territorial Administration. It is because you have already successfully created panic among the SDOs and DOs, number 1. It is because you have already successfully transferred that panic into taxation workers and also labor officers, number 2. And it is because you have already mastered the entire ground game. You know how to manipulate those people on the ground, to shift them from one end to the other, to make them lose energy and resources, and to make them destabilized completely and disorganized on the ground. That is what you guys have done, and that is why Mr. Biya is acting with a lot of frustration. So if me wuna, after this, I will go buy a red Moscato, I go drink and say, true, we have won. I don't talk and I go talk again tired. At this particular stage of the struggle, there are 2 things to move ahead. Number 1, those people on the ground, whatever they do, claim the responsibility abroad. Even if they have not done it, or even if they have done it and you did not do it, claim the responsibility abroad. Because you're helping them to deflect, to dissolve the tension. When you do that, those people feel more contented. They feel like you're really part of them. That is why I want to appreciate Ayabacho. Even if he does something, he claims the responsibility. He doesn't do anything, he still claims the responsibility. That is what a true leadership should do. That is what somebody genuine to the core should do. Claim the responsibility, absorb it. We did it. Don't say I did it. Say we. So that when the one arrests everybody, they arrest the entire Ambazonia and win a case. So we did it. We are responsible for the burning of that timber trucks. We are responsible for this and that. So we want to claim the responsibility, absorb the responsibility, and that is how we move ahead. Number two, those people on the ground, they need financial support. They need material assistance. To me, if you ask my humble opinion, touch base with any country you are in, the UNICEF, UNHCR, United Nations Refugee Agency. Touch base with those agencies. They will give you a free leverage to ship containers of humanitarian assistance to the people directly on the ground. So that when mattress, it go right for kwakwa for inside those villages. Make things the way they people build tents, it go for inside those villages. Let those people receive your humanitarian assistance. They will be very much more convenient. Remember, La Republique already burn houses there for dry season, so that many people they stay for outside for rainy season. Rainy season is fast approaching. These people have no homes. These people have no tents. These people have no shelter. Where will they stay in the rainy season? There are people as we speak in the bushes, as we speak, that they lie in the bushes without any shelter. Where will they stay in the rainy season? There are people as we speak who are moving now from distance, internally displaced people, hiding in caves. The rainy season is fast approaching. They are mounting and of course, they are preparing as an offensive against the colonial regime. But where would they stay? How would they sleep? Would they catch cold? Would they be suffering from malaria and all of those sicknesses? Please, at the Beguna in the diaspora, mobilize yourselves, gather resources, buy medications, buy blankets, buy tents, buy this, and send back to communities back home. Touch base with UNHCR. They will ship those containers for free, and they will engage in helping in the distribution of those materials. Those UNHCR officers there for the ground, they go pick up those containers, and themselves safe. They go for inside Amazonia to go distribute the resources to the needy. That is how you guys fund a war. A war is not only by buying guns, it is psychological, it is also medicinal. You know, if they fight the big soldiers, they get caught for food, they don't get medicine for put them for them for wear for still fight back. All of those things are psychological. Oh, Tapong Ivo, Danko. So someone says they will take back to court. Who will take back to court? They're helping in humanitarian assistance. The purpose of okay, they'll take that is how Amazonians do. When one fight for freedom, when I didn't take freedom fighters to court, that is the stupidity of our struggle. That is why sometimes I want to say, God, you're really giving independence for whistle. Because instead of fighting the regime, we dedicate time, and I don't dedicate time to talk about that. People they instead engineer for how to take you for court, for small claims court, and then they still lost the case. You go invest for pay lawyer $4,000. If the claim say the person they owe you $3,900, then you still go lost the case. Court they just say that person will win only $2,000. Then you go pay the other person too. So why do you invest in all of that nonsense? Where if you take that money, send them for the ground or held up ground action for get freedom? Why? If you are not a scammer, why? Stupidity. The God of anointing, day over our heads, over my heads, over my own head, so it is so. Nobody wins a general. Nobody. Either that match and draw game or you lost heavily. That is the anointing I have. That is the anointing. So as I don't talk, it is very simple and it is very logical. Everybody in this struggle, we must be steadfast. We must be out to push the struggle for before. If your enemy is your freedom fighter, you have mistaken. If your enemy is against someone who is dedicating his time to fight for your freedom or for the freedom of your children and unborn children, then you have mistaken. Okay. So my blocks on people them. I say so one they call and say Mancho. Well, no worry, I go block Mancho. I just look at Mancho Amber. Mancho Amber, sorry, rest in peace. General, don't joke with General. Rest in peace, Mancho Amber. Mancho Amber, rest in peace. Let me sing a song before I block her. It is well with Mancho's soul. It is well with Mancho's soul. It is well It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. So now in that, general, I'm a man of the people. I'm somebody who loves my people and my people love me. I'm somebody who communicates. I want to be part of my people. I want to make my people happy. Even in the case of war, let them laugh, let them enjoy, let them enjoy. I want you to enjoy the struggle. Who is there?
Yes.
1 second, 1 second. Yeah, we're coming. Wait, 1 second, I come. All right, so 1 second, please. Let me get a door for someone who is knocking at the door. Can you get the door, please?
Go,
yes. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, we have an August visitor. An August visitor. All right. All right, good. Okay, fine. Yes. So basically, that is it. As I said, I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as somebody who lived the struggle, who made people to love the struggle, and who made people to be happy in the struggle. Maybe when they come inside the struggle, I don't know, block the Ambamancho or something. Maybe when they come inside the struggle, they vex. No, it is not me. I want to make people to be happy in the struggle, to live and enjoy the struggle. Even though there are deaths, even though there are killings, my role as a communicator and as a general is to bring everybody together. So when you come, you answer the coach for comment section. Just tell me, say, Ivo, block this. Because I believe so much in my people. I don't even know to the comments. But when you tell me, say, Ivo, block this, I have trust in my people and I block them. That is how I believe. That's how I relate to people. When you say block this, I block. Because I see when I don't say this man is not criminal, will not like this person. Gile can I beg tell this person who would person for block. I just block. So shout out one again. So as I don't talk, my people there for Ambazonia, we have a very genuine and legitimate case. For the first time, American government, it openly say it wants to support the people of Ambazonia. American government, it write a communique 2-3 weeks ago, where it take full side with the people, the suffering people, the marginalized people, the enslaved people, and the troubling conditions of Ambazonia. It take full side, it say it will support we for this struggle. And if America wants support we for this struggle, it means that any other person where they want America, they follow suit. As we speak, even France, it be more confused. Some video or some photo that they come out say France de Ambazonia, that photo na lie. France in over year enter Ambazonia, but France it will eventually enter into La Republique for destabilize the country and for put their own person for power. But that one is not concerned with. Some Francophone, they don't come out yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They will touch base with me and say, Ivo, let us see how we join together for institute goes down for La Republique, for make La Republique agents that suffer the effects, and for make even le chassement it be very effective. Una sabi we don't advertise le chassement. Le chassement na simply say they want chase out Bia from power. And how will this benefit us? Now the question that I don't ask myself, because this thing is when you chop, I chop. How will the chassement benefit the people of Ambazonia? How will the chase of Mr. Bia benefit us Ambazonians? How will the chase of Mr. Bia help the struggle to have its complete freedom? That is the question. So at this particular stage, I don't think and I don't talk with the people there. Boris Betot, Patrice Numa, Patrice Ganang, and all of those. They contact me, and so I talk with some other few Anglophones. They say, General, this strategy, what will we use them for do? First, we don't push out le chassement, we will take place in the heart of Yaoundé. When I remember, before now, all the entire Ambazonia be heavily militarized. That means a military put in there for all Cyprus citizens. For Mampe, soldiers are more than citizens. So all the entire place will be militarized. When this legislation will start for Yaoundé, Pobia, you don't get any option than to demilitarize our streets. When Asabi say Yaoundé be so large, even the entire Francophone regions be so large and Anglophone be very few. So they go destabilize the entire system and they go send these soldiers back for contain the riots. And because the people are disgruntled with the regime, there will be a bloody clash. And Ambazonians who are already prepared and very ready since 1 year, we will keep helping those people to push out their regime and destabilizing their system. And for that reason, we will also debuild our blockade and we'll get our complete freedom. I'm not going to extend our strategies further. I'm not going to reveal more of our strategies, but that is the highest I can tell you exactly for now. So as I be talking, I'm not going to reveal all things, but I want to just tell when I say we're going to be very prepared for the chassement. That is the first kind of initiative that will end elections 2018, that will take out Mr. Biya, the criminal, from power, that will help to throw the entire Francophone regions into disarray and disorder, and that will give us complete independence and freedom. That is the only circumstance where we can get freedom. So one thing where it be very clear, Mona, understand now. As we fight this struggle, who will be the most person where would criticize them than Mr. Biya? As we fight this struggle, who will be the most person who would let us say, bad man, Satan, do this one, make come out idiot, criminal, now who? Now Mr. Biya. So when you get an opportunity for deal with he, not even think twice, but deal with he effectively and immediately. That is the number one enemy. Your number one enemy is not Tapong, it's not Mark Barretta, it's not whoever, it is Biya. Francophones and us, we identify with one enemy, Mr. Biya. But we inside, we know that our enemy is not only Biya, but to cut off the Mongol bridge and be a free nation. The only thing, if Mr. Francophones then they help for topple the regime of power, now say if we only trade with them economically, if we say, okay, because we help, we will take out that Satan, we will give on our oil small, at least we will even get the reduced rate, we will still help on our corn, granite, cocky, other things that will ship and for now. Now the only trade by barter that. But if now we successfully push out Mr. Biya for power, we're not going to do anything. So the Francophones, they be very wise and they don't say and say, no, this boy and they should be very rich. We will suffer because of one man for power. We too will give our own minerals, but if we trade now economically, if we engage in bilateral trade as two neighbors, so themselves they don't agree, and you will chassement get to be effective for Yaoundé. So when this thing, they go announce the date, they will not announce the date anytime soon, and will not go announce them 2 days before the time. We already prepare people their minds, and everything, the security measure is already up. There are top military people in Yaoundé who are helping us with the chassement. As we speak, there are top military soldiers, they don't sign, say they will be part of the chassement. And believe me, this is the end of Mr. Biya. As no man just talking, because sometimes when I talk, when I say the joke, this is the end. Mr. Biya will not stay up to June 2018. I've been talking last year when I said the joke, when I count them, when I go to my video. Biya will not stay to the end of June 2018 if at all he's still alive. He will not stay to the end of June 2018. He will be chased out from power. When I quote me this thing any day, anytime, we'll come back to that. Ambazonia, as soon as we do that, when I go see independence. When I talk something, when I will leave up, I not talk, when I go say, I will never talk, I will not come on Facebook, I will not talk again. Okay, I'm not talking. So I don't talk. I'm not going to talk plenty, but I will give you the forum for ask me questions. I want to ask my questions very short, straight to the point. Me, I go answer. May not be, let's say, general man where they talk too much, generally do so, generally do so. And then when I see some man, they way one block, way in the coach or whatever, it is disable a piece. When I tell me, I will block this person, I will block him. I even look my phone myself. Just tell me some one person, I block him. I will start singing song for block you because it is well with the soul. It is well with my soul. Listen. So now just tell me any person I block you. Then I go answer one a question. We get to say Biya go see Pepe. No, Biya I hide the rest now. Block Don Pashi. Don Pashi. My block Don Pashi. Don Pashio or something. Pashio. Don Pasio. I block Don Pasio. If you tell me say yes, okay, Don Pasio, I block you. All right. Don Pasio, sorry, yeah, Shio. Sorry, no be Shio. Don Pasio, sorry, yeah, something. Don Pasio. Where? Sorry, this Don Pasio. Where? Don Pasio. Gosh. The Pasio Shio, Don Pasio. The Pasio Shio. You can know because I don't ask him because of my name. The Pasio Shio. Even I say yes, the Pasio Shio, then no problem. To block Don Pasio. Pasio. Yeah, the ugly name. Let's see. I want to block Don Pasio. Let's see. My phone only freeze. Let's see. Don Pasio. Oh my God. It's all right. Don Pasio. Yes, so as I talk, with the win. At time I be hear the announcement yesterday, I was so pleased. In fact, if you show it again, I'll block him. Okay, now in that, I don't block the fool. Idiot. Nonsense, man. Stupid fool. Calamitous, lugubrious, ogrokus, mbukodak, ndokos. Idiot culture. So, as I don't talk, yesterday, my greatest joy being at the defeat would inflict them for La Republique as they change that ministry. That is the greatest thing you people should be so happy about. For put Atanganji, it means that they already see election no go hold. For put Atanganji, it already see even Jews are in panic. Will Atanganji be able to contain the situation? That is the problem. At this stage, we have to mash fire at the Bekuna. Look, I've been talking yesterday. See, I even looked at my post since April last year, March last year. I looked at post, it be clearly stated. The best way to get independence is to attack and take out the DOs and SDOs. Do you know why? Let me answer you. Do you know why? It is simply because Mr. Bia's tentacles are the DOs and SDOs in all 13 divisions. When you have DOs and SDOs, those DOs and SDOs control the military in those divisions. They are the ones who pass orders for the military to kill civilians. And they report to the governors. So the DOs are reporting to the SDOs, and the SDOs are reporting to the governor. So you see there is a straight line of control over the communities. So if Mr. Bia has his tentacles hooked in all divisions and subdivisions as DOs and SDOs, then if you cut one tentacle, cut the other one, Mr. Bia falls. You cut this tentacle, cut this one, Mr. Bia falls. So at the end of the day, if you want to attack Mr. Bia, don't go to it today. Allow the Francophones to handle le chassement. Oh, Tapong Ivo, Bella Sando Bozo, Beyaga Sando Boko Yondo. Allow the Francophones to handle the chassement and chase our Bia. Support them in chasing out Bia. Meantime, be very wise to quickly chase out the DOs and SDOs. Oh, I don't know how to talk this entire. When I want to make the review strategy them on Facebook, I know the reveal and I go reveal and post again. Maybe they know why the Francophones are chasing out Mr. Bia from power with le chassement. Quickly chase out all the DOs and SDOs and divisional, chase them out, arrest. Because I can take so big and it's all right. Chase out all the SDOs. Once you chase them out, you have freed the entire communities. Then the head is also freed by le chassement. Then you guys can declare and maintain full territorial control over your military. Full, get the weapons, put yourselves, and the best thing will ever happen with this struggle. I say they don't put military bases now for Ipamenda. Those military bases will have weapons, and those weapons will fall into our hands. So when those weapons fall into our hands, we know what to use them for. As simple as it is. So Mr. Bia foolishly establishes a military base in the heart of a conflict zone. When those weapons and the military bases will fall into our hands, we will be fully equipped, well equipped, and we shall be able to use them to defend ourselves. Those are our weapons. We bought those weapons with our taxpayers' money. It is right for those weapons to fall into our hands. I don't talk it entire. I know I'm not talking against it. Yeah, so if anybody get question, ask your question, because me, I'll be ready for answer any question. Any question you ask them. Any question you ask them. So I don't talk this thing, I don't tire. We have already declared control. No, we have declared control, but we have to maintain control. That is what game theorists, if you do security studies, game theorists will define power as the ability to control over outcomes. When you cannot control outcomes, you don't have power. You can declare control, yes, but if you cannot control your outcomes, then you have not declared anything. You don't have power. That is why we are struggling now. We have already declared it, but we are struggling now to maintain control, to maintain power, the power grip. That is exactly what we do. So at the end of the day, guys, we are winning big time, and I really be very, very pleased. If you not get question, ask them very brief, straight to the point. I answer your question. Any worry, so that we go ahead. We are getting our independence due to Boya's foolishness and stupidity. God thank you. And when I say even Ekema Patrick, that Ekema blockhead, he don't even know thing for doing. Ekema Patrick don't confuse with Mr. Bian, not even appointee. And a person that way one being mayor, he be mayor where they never even appointee as whatever. So at the end of the day, guys, I'm really happy with the way they struggle to work out for before. So one very important thing we have to forget about talking. For the 16th of March 2018, 16th of this month, that means in the next 2 weeks, a very big rally is going to hold for United Nations headquarters. Very, very big rally. For United Nations headquarters for New York. Me, I can't go to some other countries more time. So I get like 2 weeks more for Shidon for here. I'll make this rally, this big rally for America here. And this rally make everybody is show up. Make this rally, everybody is show up in face for this rally. For New York on the 16th. On the 20th, I'm not going to America again. 16th, I go there for make sure say make this rally in work for before. I beg, when I open one eye, when I come for this rally, when I shidon, when I make and say make United Nations the year we're concerned. Why would they choose United Nations at this time, and why would they protest? When I remember, this conflict, this crisis has already changed into a conflict phase, number one. This conflict now is already pulling so much international attention, number two. Mr. Bia is now begging on the international community to give him funding, number three. When you hold such a rally now in front of the United Nations, when it is no longer a domestic affair, it is very meaningful. Previously, before now, everybody was holding rallies when we're in a crisis situation. A crisis basically means that it is a domestic affair. So they'll still push you back, like, go and solve your problem with your government. But now it is at a crisis phase, which is an international affair. So when we go now to hold this rally, the United Nations will see it as meaningful, and they will come to our aid, or they will take actions that are meaningful towards our struggle. So like you are the tell when I turn up on the 16th, when I support IG, whether na IG on IG, when I go IG, I go this. When I support IP on IG on iPhone, IG don't organize their conference for the 16th of March for New York. When I come up and I go support them. Me, I go there, we go enjoy ourselves, we go protest and we go rally and we go make sure to make everything it work out for before. And the beg una, if una really want this independent, una want struggle, may work out for before, una turn out massively, the biggest one. If you know some person for New York or some person with the America, tell him start making pay flight now. If the person no one pay flight, a conto man, flight on cheap. Tell him may pay flight now, it come from New York. Ivo, you talk ambazando kodondo, peyangando zumbuku, peyanagaland, ayangando, bekasogondo yombozo. I don't talk, I don't tire. So make I take questions there now. So let's see. Someone says I'll be there. Ivo, what about the strategy given by Eric Tucker today to stop children going to school and the schools with the parents and teachers? Well, to me, at this particular stage, stopping children from going to school and other children are already going to school, it depends on the community where you find yourself. Children should not be our target at this particular stage. We have already gone past the stage of even schools. Now, what we should be focusing on is not stopping children. It doesn't solve the crisis in any way. We should focus on stopping SDOs. I don't talk this in I don't talk entire. The strategy now focus on GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers. I talk again. The strategy now focus on GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers. If you don't take out them, don't even touch kids. Because kids, if you touch kids, that's made waiting. When I make my BP decline. When I touch kids and I made it waiting. Focus on GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers. If you want to really get independent, because if you want to get a federation, touch schools. If you want, I just talk clearly because sometimes me at the highest on there. If you want to get federation, go touch schools. If you want to get independence, the independence of Amazonia, go touch GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers. I don't call it again. I don't say GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers. I talk again for the last time. If you want to get independence, no be federate. If you want to get independence, go touch GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers. If you want to get federation, leave GOs, taxation workers, and labor officers, then go touch the kingdom and no go school. That one you get federation. But if you still in our face of federation, no say Ivo, we don't move, so the Ivo they mutengen and now they buy bread for us. I don't talk this thing. Someone says your first language is French now. Of course, our first language is French. We were colonized, and I even took that one several court. We were colonized, that Mr. George. I was colonized by a country called La République du Cameroon. And for that reason, French was imposed on me as my first language to get a job. It's a prerequisite for me to get a job. So that is why me as the president of the consortium, we are decolonizing the entire system to free ourselves. That is why me as an Amazonian, we want to decolonize the system to free ourselves so that nothing will be first on us. We want to institute our pidgin English as the first. We want to institute English as the second, and we don't want to reverse the trend. That is exactly it. Simple logic, what I know they will hate, people are stupid. In the Hamburg, we don't rise on post say, if you don't enter office on day. So your boss call you say, where are you from? Max say, I am a Southern Cameroonian. It's supposed that I've never heard about the word Southern Cameroonian. What is Southern Cameroon? This is Southern Cameroon was a country that once had its independence, but was recolonized by La République du Cameroon. Then Mark to say the person to say, okay, explain further. This sounds interesting. So yeah, Southern Cameroonian, what does that mean? So you're not a Cameroonian? They say, no, sir. Southern Cameroon is like this. And La République is like this. That is how you sell your case to anybody. One, you are a colonized citizen as long as you have not gained the full independence of Amazonia. Put this thing in your head clear. If you are in Cameroon, you will not get a job if you don't even speak French. That means French is your first language. If you're in Cameroon, you will not get a job if your name is not Atangana, Mebara, and all of those. That means you are a colonized citizen, you're a second-class citizen. In Cameroon, you will not be free. If you cannot do this, you cannot do that. That means you're a second-class citizen. So please, we are fighting to liberate ourselves, cut off those chains to be first class in everything we do. So please, know that, and you have to sell your case anywhere, anytime, and to anybody. And that is why unionists were very embarrassed when I shocked them. I shake them, oh God. You go bring lawyer, I will not get lawyer. I will stand he one like the truth pillar. But he still won his case. So at the end of the day, I saw the winner. General, the person when you put your head back. Someone said, was Ekema appointed? Ekema, no, he was not appointed. No, I didn't appoint Ekema now. That one, even you have a point, Ekema, then that girl will be snapping your neck or here or do her. You want to make that girl go mad? General, all Jews are traitors. All Jews are traitors. Someone said, Block Roger. Block Roger, let me see. Where? When I really tell my Block Roger. Roger, sorry, eh? The people are saying that I should block you. Geo is the key. Of course. Ngole was not appointed. Ngole Elvis. He was not appointed. Why? I really sorry these people then. Block Roger, Ivo, Block Roger. Block Roger. Where's the Roger guy now? If Roger show his head now, so I block him. If he know general, may just show his head now. So Roger, try that nonsense. I see your face now, so just mail one comment. I blocked their face. Idiot, all agent. So as we talk, hey, Abu Ono Asalot, a trace salute. This is my good friend. Brownie Eric, I will say Brownie. Relin is ma. I block Relin is ma. Okay, man, I block Roger. Okay, yeah, in that Alain Roger Pagu. Yeah, the man very cautious first. Alain Roger Pagu. Yeah, the name. So can you focus name them? Now can you names them? Pagu. You want to go enter this formula? Pagu. Ish. What can I name this? Pagu Alain Roger. Now that can put a sacrifice blood for Roger. You don't go your meeting, your Myongo meeting. You cannot say this Bamleke people there. Most of you now never go meeting for night to go sacrifice blood. Pagu, Foku, Pagu, Michel Gungu, all that go them. So Foku, Myongo. Ish. I don't know this kind of people there. So no, if you don't love me, you love now. Yeah, I've been a very simple, nice person. If you don't love general, then I don't even know person you love. Come here, be so nice. I know they find me palaver. I never ever find me. I need to talk lie. Lie no be part of my blood. I need to talk lie. Any two I ever talk of Facebook not true. Lie no. I don't wash my hand for lie. I not give me for lie. Not me. I not give me vipers. I not give me this. I know even the only two I ever talk about peace. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. I know the norm. Oh. My liver myself. I need to talk me some kind. I never ever touch me the kid Gio, no me. I need to touch me when I touch Gio, no. I need to why? When I know general again. So the what about it? Let's go to this. Someone says, can I tell the Mark story again? I will tell Mark publisher story. Mark be the work for Belgium. Mark enter inside had a corner office for morning time. As Mark enter inside office for morning time, the employer asks you one question. Good morning, sir. He said, good morning, sir. Mark, they ask, he say, what country are you from? Mark said he's a Southern Cameroonian from Southern Cameroon. The employer said, but he has never heard the word Southern Cameroon. Mark said, no, sir. Our country was colonized. We formally got our independence, and we were recolonized by La République du Cameroon. Employer said, but, sir, I've never heard Southern Cameroon, even on the map. I've never heard it. So what are you talking about? He says, sir, I am a Southern Cameroonian and not a Cameroonian. Is there a difference between a Cameroonian and a Southern Cameroonian? Mark said, yes, sir. Because Southern Cameroon was a free, independent country from British colony that had to be independent, but was later on colonized by La République du Cameroon that already gained its independence. Then the man to say, Mark should not go down, he explained the whole thing. Mark said, no, sir, I'm a second-class citizen. If I say I'm a Cameroonian or I am from La République, I'll be a second-class citizen. Because back in my country, everything from La République is first. French is first. Their citizenship is first, and that is why they impose everything on us. Even my passport, sir, look at the Cameroon passport. On the front page, it is in French. So French is our imposed first language, and our citizenship imposed by us is their first thing. So the man said, okay, so that means that how do you guys free yourselves? He says, sir, that is why I'm here to work money so that we can see how we can mobilize our communities and also get back our freedom and our independence of Southern Cameroon. He said, wow, that's interesting. I'll read more about that. Now, so the conversation take close. Ask Mark will publish him. The story driving there on Facebook, sir, that was a very good conversation. I was, in fact, you pull water from your eye. Ivo. Oh, yes. Talk about the upcoming Women's Day. Oh, yeah, don't forget the Women's Day. Women's Day in Ambalan. Might talk something. No, thank you very much. I won't even give that suggestion. Might even see. Might even thank you, sir. You name the loss. Talk about Women's Day. So Women's Day in Ambalan. I bet una understand one thing about this Women's Day. Una open a ear, una listen. I wanna translate this message back home. Women, as we speak, make the majority of the internally displaced people in Southern Cameroon. The women of Kwakwa, the woman where they born from Kwakwa, the one where they born from Mamfe, the one where they born from Monoko, the one where they born from Gi. They don't bomb all women for all place. Women and then they for refugee. When I don't see that big picture for bush there. Now who did the work out without picking the inside bush? Now mommy the way the whole picking for hand. Now who did the work out without picking the inside bush? They sleep for bush. Now mommy them. Now who the never refugee camps? When I look the whole refugee camp, not only women and girls fleeing the conflict. Then you want to celebrate waiting. I don't understand. You want to celebrate Women's Day? How? In what capacity? How? How you one can celebrate Women's Day when your fellows are sitting in the bushes without shelter, in mosquito, in dense forest, in refugee camps, their homes have been burnt, their girls are having no pads. Imagine as I speak to you right now, girls in the bushes are menstruating. What do they put as pads, sanitary pads? What, you know, ask the question, say, what do they put as sanitary pads? They didn't say bushes as we speak. They are menstruating probably. What did they really use? Hey. What did they really use? That means they work as so blood for the eyes. Where? And you want to celebrate Women's Day? Women's Day for this. See, any man will show hate for us. Any man will show hate for us. I say want to celebrate Women's Day. Me and you, or you want for trouser. Me and you. Women's Day. Women's Day. You want to celebrate Women's Day? When the day for refugee camp, they sleep for refugee camp. So one day they be internally displaced. You want to go celebrate Women's Day? It's terrible. It is terrible. No Women's Day celebration 2018, as simple as it is. No Women's Day celebration 2018. No Women's Day celebration and other events, March or when they're gonna say May 20 or something. Those things are already outlawed, already banned. We have to sit and see how we can help our women and children as refugees internally displaced. We have to see how we can help them, mobilize them, and sympathize with them. So as I don't talk, a group of people will be parading the streets, Ambazonians, fighters, soldiers with guns and heavily armed weapons. They will be parade on the streets of that 8th March. And they talk on one thing. We don't beg them, say, please don't kill anybody. They say, no, they don't kill. So the only thing I say, they will target and girls them, where they want to show it, they don't know where the ashwabi. Then they take some razor blade, cut them for their face. So that when they want to work at tomorrow, line the purpose of their face, then borrow my own, they go no say, once in a while I was heady, and now I am now not beautiful. So I think that way they don't talk them, and I think that way they say they go implement them. So if you've been a girl, you want to come out for that day, please be very careful. These boys, according to what I read on WhatsApp messages, are saying that they go use razor blade for cut get their face with and so for cut and so on. Make you look ugly. They chappier your face, chappier and chappier and chappier. So that the way you want to make my pancake, even foundation, your face not going to be beautiful. And now your boyfriend is going to leave you, and no boy is not going to chat you anymore. So if you want strong hate for go out for that day, you will come back, you will look near of your face, you not going to recognize your face again. I don't talk this thing, I don't tire, and I could talk I could tire. A word to a wise, not Sophie sense. All right. I might look another comment. We don't recognize that day in Ambalan. No, we don't recognize it. When people are dying, people are suffering. How can you recognize that day in Ambalan when people are suffering? People that suffer everywhere. Everybody's in panic. Everybody's in chaos. Well, you want to recognize which day? I'm looking. Which other question this is? So I get for about 10 more minutes. Ask your questions brief, and then we round up and we close. 10 more minutes. Ask your questions brief. We round up and we close. Ask your question brief. 10 more minutes. We round up. I will tell your ground soldiers to visit them individually and some parts of their bodies cut off. You see what they talk about. Yet where they talk about. No, I know be me. I get soldiers. Yeah, share by lumsi. Ivo, tell your ground soldiers to visit them individually and some part of their bodies cut off. I don't own any ground soldier. Not them. You tell them and they read them. When they read them, so they go do another. Can't say Ivo. No, I don't tell. I don't know me these people. My own I just communicate with them and I say when I stay safe, no go on out. I don't talk and no go out, go face calamities. So that's it. I've been in so many situations when I find a story or tell a story. So once I have been in many situations where I have to tell the story of second-class citizens. We are all second-class citizens. Why are we fighting if we are not second-class citizens? Tell me the truth. Why are we sacrificing to fight for more than 1 year if we are not second-class citizens? If everything is not imposed on us, if French is not our first language, if Sonara is not even our own, if our timber is not our own, if this is not our own, why are we fighting? Stupid heads, so that people who don't go to school and they don't even know how to make a case. Stupid, empty, dull scammers, dull people who found themselves in the US. These are when born a problem. Of course, a problem. Oh, so let me see. Which other one again? Let me see. Which other question? We do reinforce the laws of our traitors. Ivo, you say something about Bala. I should say something about Bala. No, we only time I say Bala don't fight, they don't give position. Not like very sad thing. So my brother, federation, they not go give you independence, they not go give you. For last fight, the only thing I will fight. As I don't always tell you now, if you ask for federation, they not go give. If you ask for independence, they not go give. So stop asking and fight for what you want to have. You don't ask for something. You fight it and you get it. So fight and you get what you want to get. If Balanovi fight with hands, I don't know whether I go fight with words, it go work. If Balanovi fight with hands, I don't know whether I go fight now with hands, with words, it go work. They don't lock it for 1 year, no more than 1 year. If don't go fight, no success. With words. No be fighting with words will make Mr. Biya bow down to you. It doesn't work with a dictator. Fight with your hands, heart, and waiting, and something we are going to fight with your hands. Jews, take out them. Government, how do you call them? Taxation, take them. Labor, take them. Focus on those three. Once you finish with those three, come and tell me that you were a prophet. As simple as it is. We recognize the day. Because it is universal, but we will not join La Republic to celebrate it. Perfect, Suli Makosa. Ay, Suli Makosa. Now they can't get a one me like Suli Makosa. Yeah, name. We will fight till the last man standing. No more going back. Yeah, now they get it right there. It means that the thing don't touch get them. I swear. Because even at me, look at some girl be telling me, say, Ivo, my two boyfriend and wife, they follow him. One me to give me money for makeup, the other one me to pay my house rent. They don't catch and jail them. So make I do it now. I don't get no boy to chat me again. Say now why I did for inside the struggle. Everybody give a reason why he did inside the struggle. I don't just put in only one. Some girl be call me, tell me, say Ivo, I be get two boyfriend why they follow him. And they no be no say I follow them 2 1 time. One, if they give me money for makeup, the other one be they pay my house rent. Now they don't cash all them jail them. So now you I don't say okay, maybe better man just enter the struggle full time. Any man he get the reason why they join the struggle. So as I don't talk a word to a wise na Sophie sense. AK-47, no false views on Bala Batika. This one. So one say I love this guy. But you know I love music as well. However, why did the SDF not boycott the elections this year? Because it would have been more trouble to La Republic. Of course, how can the SDF boycott elections when there is CPDM? Because it's what they call CSDF. SDF, John Frunzi, I don't tell when this thing tire. John Frunzi go bring Gregory Warner. Can't enter hall. Gregory no only enter inside hall, he bring his CPDM clothes, can't wear ram. Wear his CPDM clothes fine for his skin. Enter Salon Fundi give French wet kiss. Say, this is my people. Take them. Let me sell them to you before I go. Take them, wicked man. And Joshua Ossie say, we are my president. I said, they should not look at. If Joshua Ossie step out of that whole side, I don't approve this. It would have been a landmark victory for SDF. But since all of them, they'll be there for day. The only person who will support them for that SDF is Honorable Weber. That's the only person, and that's the person who boycotted that nonsense. When he heard about that nonsense, he said he cannot be part of it. Just to tell you that the rest in that hall are all traitors. Useless people. The people who call themselves heroes of 1990s may not be my heroes today, because in 1990 I was only 3 years old. I did not live the situation. I did not see the situation. I was only 3. So they could have been my father's heroes. But the heroes of today in my youthful generation are Mancho Bibitsi, Mark Barra, Abobala, this one, call all of them. Those are the people that I saw fighting for me. Those are the people whom we collaborated fighting. And those are the people that I see as my heroes. So don't come and tell me that Frundi was a hero. Frundi was a hero in 1990s. Because the youth today, we know who is our hero. We have our own contemporary problems, and we know how the people are working towards solving those problems. As simple as it is. What about the abducted president? I like English. You don't consider General, do you have any cordial relationship with the Ambazonian armed IG? I have a cordial relationship with the IG. Because I have a cordial relationship with every other Ambazonian. You never hear any leader to say, "Ike problem me." I no get problem with any man. I no get problem with any man. Now even IG they said, oh Ivo, we'll pay your flight to come to New York. I said, well, thank you very much. If you not pay my flight, no problem. Now they say they pay my flight, they'll tell you see they be more cordial. So I not giving problem with anybody. The only problem I get them now will are public agents and they goes them for Facebook, LC, Emma, how they call them. Sule Makosa, Ghost, those are fake profiles. Those are the anti-struggle people. Brownie Eric, Ghost, those are criminals. So you see, as I don't talk a word to a wise, now Sophie is sent. We are winning, and to me, more than just be steadfast. I don't sing this thing, I don't tire, I don't talk, I don't tire. So I take another question. Get 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. General, this a lot of what about the kidnap leaders? Who talks general? General. The more I not say na me a big general for bypass. That name say general na just name. When I not say me a the cannot like me thief. General, what about the current ground zero strategy? Why would not stop using the fake name of it? How far would they? Okay. What about the current ground zero strategy? The current ground zero strategy is very, very simple. Focus on the SDOs, focus on the taxation workers, focus on timber trucks. No timber, no must enter and come out. Focus on petroleum trucks. No one no must enter and come out. Focus on all those trucks. Go to those bushes where they're felling those trees. Cut them and cut those trucks. Nobody must steal our timber and resources. Nobody must steal our petrol. Focus. No, it's all right. Focus on those trucks. I don't talk entire. I'm not talk again. I don't repeat I repeat myself sometimes. Me and I say, are you a repeater? I say, If now seniors don't take the 5 and left and no waste of time. They are already doing what they call a chassement. So the chassement will be taking place sometime. So I not disclose the date. So it will be taking place in Yaoundé. It will start from what they call Post Central. When I say Post Central for Yaoundé, it will be a massive movement. It will shake the whole Africa. The first time ever. And I will see wonders. So that is it. No solution to fight. Watching from Ambalan. All right. So let me see. Show the we need to be united. So I say, how do we create a united front? The only two I don't tell the IG guy they made it do, and I say one. Bring all these leaders together. Let them see that iron out their grievances. There are so many people with grievances. IG, oh, Milan has done this. Oh, Sakov, who owns TV? Who owns the account? Who owns this? The people are worried. We cannot keep asking these questions and our groups don't have money to fund themselves. If IG cannot bring those people together to sit and talk about their problems, let them openly say they're coming or not. Let us know who is not coming. Then let Mark continue with the Sunday offerings. We will not stay and be beating the same drums while we don't have money to pump on the ground. Mark, continue with your Sunday offerings, raise the funds, and do whatever you want to do. Because even before the struggle, you did like there was no group. Now only me and Mark will do what things then. And if it work of before. Groups will not come and slow the struggle. The struggle is more than any group. Groups will not slow down the struggle. Mark, continue what they are doing and let us do these things fast, once and for all. So another question. SDF fund die already. So basically that is it. So I think I should be leaving now. So please don't pin your hopes on people. Thank you very much, Sulim Makosa. Don't pin your hopes on people. Don't pin your hopes on people. Now your money they raise them. If they raise money, now their money where they raise them. Where you say don't raise the money, now your money. If you don't want to donate, don't donate. That's quiet. If you want to donate, donate. Come on. You want control person for donate money? It's not money. Why Limbe is very stubborn. No, we're working on a strategy for Limbe. We are working on a very good strategy for Limbe. Sunday offerings must continue. If Mark not do Sunday offerings tomorrow, me and you I go chew Mark. I'll masticate Mark. Hey, Mark. I will. It's all right. So that is it for today. I want to thank everybody. I appreciate your presence. Of course, we'll get our own things that we don't sacrifice for the struggle. We'll not keep ourselves united once and for all. Englishman, they ever say, if you don't learn to share when you don't have, you shall never share when you have. If you don't learn to share when you don't even have, you shall never ever share even when you have. If you don't learn to protect your brothers and sisters when you don't even have freedom, you shall never ever learn to even protect them when you have freedom. If you are in prison and you cannot protect your brothers and sisters while in prison, even when you are free, you will never ever protect them when you are free. If now we are still second-class citizens, we are fighting for freedom, and I cannot protect you when I'm a second-class citizen fighting for freedom, even when I have a free Ambazonia, I will never still protect you. So my brothers, my sisters, my fellow fighters, we must learn to share when we don't have. We don't have now. We must learn to protect when we are not free, because when we shall be free, we shall even do more. Thank you very much. May God bless all now and make everybody he work for before. For see somebody struggle, he win big time. Bye bye.